guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I will be showing you how I make a Sweet 16 theme balloon garland. And I brought my part of my stand right here. The garland will be attached to a stand, and I couldn't fit it on my ceiling, but this is pretty much two of these are one of the poles that make 8 foot, and then one pole across that makes it 10 foot. So I wanted to bring it in because I want to get the measurement of how many balloons I will need to make the clusters, and let's get started. Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. For this video, the theme is a Sweet 16 birthday party. So the colors will be rose gold, pink, gold, and pearlized white. I am so excited for this garland. It's gonna be such a cute theme. So right now I am starting by inflating my 12-inch balloons. They're pink and a very pastel soft pink, and I am going to be building my clusters. So right now I'm just making duplets, which eventually will become a quad or maybe even 5 balloons altogether. Now, because this will be a organic balloon garland, I'm not too worried about the size of the balloons. It should be some smaller, some bigger. There's no calibrating the balloons. I am moving on to the 9-inch balloon sizes, and I'm making clusters of 3 each and pair them up with the 12-inch balloons. So to build the cluster, you grab 2 duplets of the 12-inch and intertwine them together, and that right there makes a quad. Now I feel like for an organic balloon garland, this is really not enough of a cluster, so I am gonna grab one of the smaller ones and also intertwine them together, and this makes for a fuller look cluster, just like that. So to start off, I'm making just a few of the big clusters. I don't want to use the entire bag of the pastel pink balloons, only because I want to be able to control and see how the garland is going to look, and maybe I can use some of those balloons to make even smaller little clusters. So I want to make sure just to have an idea and start with maybe 4 or 5 clusters and build from there. So let's get started and build our first cluster of the garland. And for that, we're going to be using a 160Q balloon. And you're going to grab your first cluster and tie a knot right in the middle. I normally make about 2 knots to make sure it does not come loose. And again, as you've seen videos that I've done before, I use the 160 or the 260 balloons because it is easier to pair the clusters together. It does have a stretch to it as opposed to fish line or a balloon string. And not to mention, when you are doing an organic garland, if when you are ready to set it all up at whatever venue or room or stand, and you happen to not like the way it looks, it's more flexible or easier to rotate the balloons with the stretchiness of it, as opposed to the other strings that once you have them set, you can't really go back and adjust them. You will have to cut them and reattach them again if you want to change the look of it. So this is why my preference to use the 260Q or the 160Q balloons. Now, as you can see, I'm taking my time with it, looking at how the balloons fit so that there's no gaps and it doesn't look off. I'm trying to make sure that all around looks cohesive. And the way to attach them is very simple. You make a figure 8 by attaching your first cluster, going around into the old cluster, and that's what's going to make it secure. Depending on how big your balloons are, the 160Q balloon will take up to 3 clusters. And there you have it. This is what it will look like. They're not too big, but I was able to fit 3 clusters per one thin 160Q balloon. Okay, you guys, so I keep going back and forth, measuring it to the stand because I want to be as close as possible to know how many balloons I will be needing. I certainly do not want to waste balloons. Although I do have extras, I want to save those extras for the setup day. Just in case any balloons may pop, I have them on the side. And now I'm moving on to the white. So with the white, I wanted to create this effect of not just one solid color but 2 colors of the white, and that's why I'm using the white regular standard white flat color, and I'm also adding the pearlized white. I think that makes it a more elegant look. And again, I'm building my duplets and make my quads eventually. Some of the balloon sizes are bigger than other ones, and I think you want to get that organic look to it. Always remember to deflate a little bit your balloons. It is important, especially when you do an outdoor garland, because when you do bring the balloons overinflated out in the open, if the weather is very hot, your balloons expand and pop. So in order for you to prevent that, you need to take some of the air out, and not only will give it that round shape instead of that pear shape, which looks better and more professional, but will also be able to not pop the balloon if the weather conditions, change. Okay, so now that I have the quads all together, this is exactly what I'm doing. Changing the colors, some soft pink, some white, some pink, and I'm moving on to my chrome colors, which will be accents. So just keep in mind, my whites and my pinks are gonna be my base colors. Anything chrome, whether it's that soft rose gold or the yellow gold will act as big clusters of accent colors. So with every garland that I do, once I have my accent colors, I start playing with them by adding them, and take a few on the corner, make sure some on the top, and continue to build my garland. I want it to look as organic as possible, almost like like grapes, kind of like that. And so I decided to go ahead and every column that I have, just play with the colors, and this is what I am left with. These will be the columns for the garland, and I also inflated some of the 5-inch gold chrome and made little mini clusters of it and start setting them all up. So originally my look was to be a stand, but due to the weather, of course, we ended up not being able to use the stand, and it turned into, all right, we have to now decorate the tent. And I decided to continue to use the same logic of the organic garland, but in this case, instead of being on a stand like I originally had planned, I was able to work with putting it all around the tent. And that's what you see me do. This is the day for the setup, and I was so excited. Yes, it was raining, but the look of the garland inside the tent, it just gave it that flowy, elegant look to it. And I think, overall, the look did not really get compromised. But there are times when, as an event planner, you do come across these type of things where you have to think on the spot. And as you see, I'm also using the bouquet that I did on my video prior. If you guys want to check it out, it'll be above on the tag. And originally I wanted to do the garland and have the bouquet right at the bottom like I'm doing here. So I started adding some of the garland columns right across, and at the bottom I decided to put the number 16 as a statement piece. I also used some other of the columns for the original stand and put them on the corners of the tent to give it more of a romantic, if you want to say, look. And this is the look so far. I am very pleased. The balloons maintain their shine throughout, and just keep that in mind when you do outdoors. Sometimes the balloons start oxidizing, so the way to prevent that is you bag them and keep them as dry as possible, of course, and not out in the open. And as you can see, I have the corner columns set up on each corner of the tent, and I was so pleased with the way it looked. The client loved the decorations, and everything turned out beautiful for being a last minute thought, right? So as you can see, the corners have all those organic garlands, and the client also wanted me to use the same colors and bring it out to the mailbox to decorate the mailbox. And I thought, what a cute idea to go ahead and do like a mini garland right by the mailbox. And that's what you see us do. I had extra help, and I don't know if you can spot the bubble balloon with the balloons inside that I did on another video for you guys, and I used that as a topper for the mailbox, and it turned out so cute. I love this whole entire theme. The clients were happy, I was happy, and I hope you guys like this video. I know it's a shorter video, but I wanted to bring you out with me for the event setup and what a event planner goes through, and all these things that you may think you have the answer and you have a way you want things, but sometimes the world changes it all upside down for you and you have to think on the spot. But the end result is still there. They love the colors, the theme, and I was very pleased with all of the arrangements. So if you like videos like this, guys, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button below. I love to have new subbies, and of course follow me, like, and comment if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.